Welcome to the Bite Size Brilliance podcast. I'm your host, April Darley, and today I want to talk to you about don't shut down your opportunities before you even begin. So, what do I mean by that? Women, especially, will do this as compared to men. So, let me give you an example. If you are searching for a job and there is a list of qualifications, a woman is most often to read that list and go, I don't have everything on the list. I'm not qualified. Where a man will read that list and it's be, yeah, I've got most of those. I'm going to go for it. And it's not just my personal opinion. There have been many studies done on this, and for multiple reasons, women tend to shut down their opportunities a little bit more often than men do. Now, I saw this in myself recently. I got an email about a collaborative opportunity, and there was a minimum requirement that I did not meet yet. And I'm going to say yet. So my first thought was, okay, I can't apply because I don't have all the requirements, right? I fell into the classic trap. But then I had to take a breath and go, yeah, but what if I'm not that far off from the minimum requirement? So what if I just asked my community to help me get there? And so I did. From Friday to Sunday, I sent out a course of emails from my email community asking them, hey, I've got this goal and I'm so close. I'm literally 8 units away from being able to take advantage of this opportunity, which could help me in a really big way. Will you help me get there? And so I got a couple of people who chipped in and did that for me from Friday, a couple more on Saturday, and a couple more on Sunday. And I made that goal. And it's all because I took a chance and did not shut down my opportunity before it started. And here's another sneaky way that you might do it. This is also a me pattern, right? I am not afraid to use myself as a role model and to say, this is how I screwed up big time. Don't be like me. All right. So I want to keep you from making some of the mistakes, some of the sabotages that I have done because I love you. And there's no reason that you need to work harder and not smarter. So learn from my stuff. But I'm a Taurus, and I have seen this with Taurus clients. I tend to attract Taurus clients, which I love. But I was chatting with a friend one day, and she's an Aquarius. And if you don't have an Aquarius friend, they're fabulous because they're very inventive. They have a lot of ideas that are out of the box, and they're super great innovative thinkers where some people, and I have seen this to be a little bit true of Tauruses, I'm going to point the finger at me, tend to be a little more traditional or linear in their thinking. And maybe sometimes it's rule based. And Aquarians, they don't have that problem. So she was making this suggestion, and I would shut it down immediately. And she would make another, and I would shut it down. So after like three or four shutting it down, she actually brought it to my attention that says, you have this trait, this habit that you do this thing where I make these suggestions and you immediately tell me why they won't work. And she was right. But sometimes you just don't see it in yourself until someone points it out. And so she's like, just listen all the way to the end, what I'm going to propose to you, because I'm going to tell you how this can work for you if you're willing to do something a little bit different. So, through the course of our friendship, we would have these almost daily chats, and I would ask for her feedback or she'd give suggestions. And I learned to just hold my tongue until she was done giving all of her suggestions, even though in my mind, a part of me in the beginning was still going, yeah, that won't work. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, that's not right for me. But it took practice to change my mindset to look at possibilities and not just the problem. And I think a lot of people get stuck there. And if you see this pattern in yourself, really get real with yourself and go, do I shut down potential? Do I shut down possibilities and only focus on the problem? And am I immediately jumping to, well, that's never going to work for me? Because if you are, you might be cheating yourself out of some really great opportunities. And if you think about it, you might be depriving others of your brilliance, your knowledge, your services because you don't believe you can do it or you don't think you've met this one criteria. Instead of being really brave, going, you know what, I'm going to go for it. What's the worst that they could have that could happen? They might say no, or you might get ghosted, and that's it. But the best thing that could happen is they might say yes, and you get this incredible opportunity. So it's about a couple of things. Number one, be possibility focused, not problem focused. Number two, apply for the opportunity, even if you don't meet all the requirements. Like, really, what's the worst that could happen? And number three, be open for the opportunity. Be open to say yes. Be willing to let your life be better than it is right now. And add number four, ask your community for help. Ask your friends, ask your neighbors, ask your online, your business community, because asking for help is a numbers game. Some people are going to ghost you. Some people are going to ignore you. Some people will straight up tell you no, but eventually you will get a yes. And if you don't share with others, if you don't give others the opportunity to help you, and if you don't communicate what you really need, you also could be shutting down a really big opportunity. So take those life lessons, my friends, learn from my mistakes, seize the day, seize your opportunities. And if you want to jump in on my online community, then go ahead. I would welcome you and I'd be very appreciative of it. You can go over to my website, aprildarley.com. I'll also put it in the show notes, and you can get a little freebie in exchange for that email. Thank you so much for listening. And until next week, bye bye.